Make sure you go out there and subscribe. Welcome to Wear Fridays with Mick and Jay, where we talk about sports, life in general, and a whole lot of other shit. So you know what time it is, Mr. Sharpton. You know what time it is. Let's talk about them boys. The Royals. We're going to go ahead and talk about the Royals, who's been in a dog fight, if that's what you want to call it, with one of the best teams in baseball, man. Got to give it to them, the Detroit Tigers have been giving them everything that they wanted to have. They've been giving it
all
to the
they
Royals.
could handle.
They've been trying to hang in there.
It
just ain't
the same.
We squeaked one out. We had a 10-8 win against the Detroit Tigers today after dropping our first two.
Hey, look, I'm gonna put it like this. The beginning of, it's like the weather report. You got all this sunshine at the beginning of the week and throughout the whole work week. And then we got to the weekend. And the rain, the storms just came a rumbling in. And it just kind of, I don't want to say it put a halt to the momentum, because after the week, I knew by the time that we got to Detroit this weekend that my guys was going to be kind of tired, because there was a lot of energy that had to go into the Rangers series. That was a 4-game set that, we ended up taking 3 out of that, 3 out of 4. Then they had the White Sox. Yes, the White Sox not a great team. We ended up getting that sweep. And, I watched the energy that the bullpen put into the week show this weekend, because what we've been doing just got done to us. Because if they weren't hitting in the beginning of the game, as soon as we brought the bullpen in, they get to smacking Zerper around or smacking somebody else around. But the one thing I will say is, hell, they was smacking Walker around. They damn sure was smacking Lugo around. And never in a million years would I have thought that they would have smacked Noah Cameron around. But they did that. And one thing I took out of this weekend, after all the good wins earlier in the week, this weekend we realized why the Detroit Tigers are the Detroit Tigers.
And like I said, they all been close. We've been putting up a bunch of runs, but they just been putting up more. You know what I mean? They score. What'd you say? What was that? You was like this. Like, if you score, it's like when Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, we were playing the Rams, and it was one of the best games I ever seen in my whole entire life, even though we lost. But when you score 50, you're supposed to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what the Royals was doing. Because if you would have watched the Royals in the beginning of the year, scoring 8, 9, 10 runs is like scoring 50 in football.
No, yeah, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
And we have gotten to the point where we have finally started doing it on a regular.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But
we was not doing that before the All-Star
I don't
break.
need Lugo in these pitches to be giving up 13, though.
No, not at all. And you know what? One thing I will say, because there is one specific thing outside of the fact that the batters really tapped into our pitchers, but I blame this series on Manager Q, because baseball 101, okay? Baseball 101 with Jay Sharp. Anyway, in baseball, you go down this lineup, right, of hitters. And if you noticed in this Detroit series, 7 of their 9 batters were left-handed hitters. So when you bring in a Michael Walker, who's a right-handed pitcher, I'm not going to include Seth Lugo because, he just kind of, I don't know what's going on with him. He needs to pitch way better than what he's been doing. There's no excuses. There's no reason or rhyme behind it because he had the best record out of all the pitchers throughout the whole first half of the season. But when you throwing a right-handed pitcher to a left-handed lineup, you have a better chance of keeping the left-handed lineup in check. Now, what you don't do is when your right-handed starter is burnt out, you bring in a left-handed pitcher behind him because left-handed hitters crave left-handed pitchers. So you should have brought in all your righties and to keep them off balance instead of bringing in left-handers out of the bullpen when you got right-handers available. So in that sense, you lost game 2. You lost game 1 and game 2. Because he did that dumb shit in both games. Bonehead plays. They even come from management. Because sometimes you make a move when you shouldn't have made a move. You brought in a lefty when you should have brought in a righty because they were already off balance by Walker. Yes, Walker had the close game. It was 2-1 when he went out. He had held them to 2 runs. Yeah, we was behind. But at the same token, when you as soon as he brought in Zerpa and brought in a lefty, it was over. All the left-handed hitters started just tearing his ass apart. Then you turn around, take him out, and bring in another lefty. Bring in, I think it was Lynch or Long. Bring in Long. Long just start giving up long balls. Motherfuckers start hitting. When they was already off balance because of the right-handed pitcher. Sometimes management be overthinking shit. You know the golden rule. You know the basics. Stop thinking you clever. Thinking you reinventing the wheel. Do what it takes to win games. You're in a crucial part of the season. The time for playing is not right now.
Hell no. Every game at this point matters. I didn't expect the Royals to sweep the Tigers. Knew that wasn't going to happen. And I was just hoping. Right. I was hoping for 2 wins. Like, literally. I was hoping for 2 wins. But at least we got one. That's all. I didn't want to get swept. I did not want to get swept.
Hey, we just went 9-4.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I got to take it. You know what I mean? But what we got to do is...
to go back up to Chicago and get in their ass again.
Yeah, we finna get back right. And we only 2.5 games back. You know what I mean? So we still 2.5 games back out of the third wild card. I think it's the third and the second. The third, yeah. Is it the third?
Yeah, both of them. Actually.
Yeah, so
it's actually both of them.
But you got Boston.
But yeah.
You got Boston and the Yankees playing each other now. So somebody gonna fall.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they both
the
up
Yankees.
There.
That's what we worried about.
But we need Boston to. I need somebody to get swept. I don't even want the other team to win a game.
They've been banging the shit out. They've been banging the shit out of the Yankees. The Yankees is faltering. They like Mary J. Blige. They going down.
Said let them beat up on each other.
Yeah, let them beat up on each other. We'll see them when we see them. But I'm eager because we get an opportunity for some get back. We go up there, we trash Chi-Town one time, for 3. Come on home. We got Detroit all over again in our house. Mm-hmm. Now come play in our yard.
Now let's see what we do. Now I want to go 2-1 on that one. At home, come on, let's go 2-1.
Got to.
Let's go 2-1 on that.
There's no reason why we shouldn't.
Because we know
we can compete with them.
I wanted to split the series, 500. You know what I mean? Split the series. If we got 6 games, win 3. You win 3, we win 3.
Yeah, but I also feel like even in splitting that series, what they found out today and all the craziness in the 10-8 win, in game 3, they did realize that they can compete. They know they can compete. Mm-hmm. And I won't say that they didn't compete throughout the whole series. It was one hell of a series.
No, we wasn't getting drug around.
No, we didn't get beat. Yeah, we didn't get beat down. But it was you saw why Detroit is Detroit.
Well, it's just different level. It's just different levels, and like I said, it's in the details. You know what I mean, and the heart and determination. Because even when we making our push, they just make a harder
that
push.
Comeback, their
every time I thought
pedigree,
we was finna. Every time I thought that we was. Every time I thought I was like, okay, all right, we looking good. I look back up like, oh my God, but they're a little better. They're a little better. Like
here they come.
Hey, listen. But they had confidence. They wasn't. They wasn't looking at us like, oh my God, we worried. They like, oh, we gonna kick it in the gear. When you want us to kick it in the gear?
Hey, look, I thought we had a comeback pedigree. No, them niggas got a comeback pedigree, and I give it to them.
They ain't never out of it.
No, they're not. They are never out of it. And that's one thing I will say.
You got to give it up to the Tigers.
Yeah, I give credit where credit's due. Yeah. They playing some ball, dog. I got to give it to them.
It's a really good baseball team. When's the White Sox series start?
I think Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I think they have an off day tomorrow because it's.
I'm like, we've been playing every. I'm like, we've been playing every day. They got at least give one day.
They're due for an off day.
And that's so crazy is that it's like that though. Like you ain't sore in baseball. You swinging and do. You know what I mean? Is that not? Is that not a thing?
But you know what? It's kind of better because, oh no, they play tomorrow.
It's like Jay. I think they've been playing for 10 days straight. Is what it seems.
They have. I swear to God, they have.
It seemed like they.
I thought they had a day off. I thought they had a day off tomorrow. Nope, it's straight to the Shy. 6:40. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then they finally get it. Then they finally get a day off. They gonna need it, boy. They should have had another day off. Cause boy, you get one day off, come back and deal with Detroit all over again. They trying to make sure we tired.
Yeah, we've been beating up on the shitty teams. I wanted to see us against. With this form of us now against good competition. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what we're going to do with the shitty teams. I already know. I've seen what they've been doing, you know what I mean, the last couple of weeks, you know what I mean, on this hot streak. Okay. But I wanted to see it against some of the top teams. You see what I'm saying? To see see if we can compete, and that's what we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the one thing that I was worried about is I didn't want, if the Detroit series didn't go the way that we wanted it to go, I don't want it to
revert back.
Put a damper on this push, you know? We knew it was going to be a challenge in Detroit. But I don't want you to fall off the wagon and go to Chicago and shit the bed. Yeah. That's what we can't have. You know, I need you to come back into Kansas City with the momentum from another sweep in Chicago and be ready when, you know, you got to knuckle up at home and fight with these big boys because this is getting ready to be another knockdown drag out.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, yeah, I'll be definitely watching them
I'm excited.
I'm definitely excited for this push to October and looking forward to it, man.
Now you excited.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
Now you excited. Yeah, now you excited. You was talking shit a couple weeks ago, bro.
Because, man, it's the 2.5 games, but we've been at 2.5 games for a while, so I'm confident in that. You know what I mean? It didn't get worse than that.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing but go up. We can't do nothing but go up. Hey, I want to, within these next, you know, 6 games, these next 2 series, I do see us in that wild card spot. You know what I mean? Hanging on that bad boy. You know what I mean? Well, I want to clear.
I think so too.
With the Sox, I want to clear these 2.5. You know what I mean? Clear these 2.5, or at least get down to 1 game back. I won't be greedy. If we can get to 1 game back after the Chicago series, with a little help from other teams losing.
Seattle, the Yankees, them is Boston, them 3 teams we need, them the ones we looking up at. So we need them to, you know, kind of fall off the wagon at least for a week or so. You know, we get to this last little stretch, you know, we don't have a whole lot of more playoff contending teams that we playing once we get past Detroit again. So, it could be a fairly nice month and a week to get to September 30th and see if we able to play some October baseball.